Abby Glassenberg at Craft Industry Alliance. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It is a little chilly here in the Boston area, but sunny, so can't complain. Today we're going to be talking with one of our members who is also a sponsor of the Golden Scissors Awards. So this is Fire Mountain Gems, and pretty much if you've ever gotten into making jewelry and wanted some beads or some findings of other sorts in order to support your craft, you have probably shopped at Fire Mountain Gems. They are kind of like the ubiquitous supplier, I feel like, of everything jewelry, and I love them. I've been a customer many times, and in fact, I actually I had to fix these earrings at one point, and I got new earring hooks from Fire Mountain Gems in order to fix them. It all into making jewelry, which is very fun. They're also one of our sponsors for the Golden Scissors Awards. So I'm very excited to welcome Cindi Wilcox to join us today to tell us a little bit more about all of that. So, hi Cindi.
Hi Abby, how are you?
I'm good. I feel like we've emailed many times, but we haven't had a chance to actually meet. So this is very fun.
How's the screen? Just curious.
The screen looks really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Instagram Live. It's kind of a fun
Instagram
thing.
Live. First Instagram
Oh,
Live.
well, listen, it won't be your last, because once you do it once, you're like, oh, this was really fun and easy. So I'm excited for you to sort of be introduced to how it all works.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, once you do it once, right? That's the hurdle.
That's the hurdle. I know.
You just got to step into it.
I love Fire Mountain Gems. I guess it's officially Fire Mountain Gems and Beads, I think is the full name.
It is.
So maybe you can just tell us a little bit about the company, where it's based, kind of what like the main products that you carry are, who your main customers are, that kind of thing. Just kind of give us an overview.
Okay. As you're showing on display, your earrings, clearly Fire Mountain is the largest jewelry supply company in the United States and possibly the world. There's one or two that may be a little bigger, but they've been around for 52 years. It started as a passion. They are located in Southern Oregon. I've worked remotely for the last 25 years on the East Coast, but the office is in Southern Oregon and started in California with Mr. and Mrs. Friedman, who Mr. Friedman passed. Mrs. Friedman is now the owner, and just wanted to make sure I shouted out that she sends her good blessings to everybody watching, and she's thrilled that you're featuring us. So did that. When California was the shop, it first started in a garage, like so many of the craft community, right? Kitchen table, basement, garage, whatever. And Mr. Friedman was an engineer, so his hobby was cutting turquoise. And then cutting the turquoise, then they needed a place, so they had a shop in California, and then ultimately moved to a little place in Southern Oregon, and then now a fairly large company, as you can probably imagine. What we call the bead bunker has a lot of products in it, and so that's kind of where they are. It started as a hobby that went amok into a business.
Yeah, that's awesome, and also a familiar story, as you said.
Yes.
And I love that it's still owned by the original family. So if you're shopping at Fire Mountain, you know that you're not, it's not some sort of mass private equity owned conglomerate of some sort. You are still shopping at a family owned 50 plus year old business.
Yes. And Mrs. Friedman, very actively involved, not, a founder that sits back. She's engaged with all of the marketing decisions. She is in every day. So you really do have that family presence. And she treats a lot of the employees like family. So
yeah,
it's
that's fabulous.
The culture.
Okay, so let's talk about the assortment that's available now. So as I mentioned, if you've shopped at all for jewelry making supplies online, Fire Mountain Gems has certainly come up in your search. You've probably been on the website, but kind of explain the kind of variety of things that a consumer can find if they kind of come to the site for the first time.
I'm going to try something. I got set up so I could actually show it. And if it doesn't work, I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Oh, you
But
can. That you just
so,
showed it. So there you go.
so I just wanted to, I mean, the website is, oops, let's get you down where you belong. Hang on 1 second. Must have gotten bumped. So jewelry supplies, obviously that means all the components you can imagine, beads from all over the world.
Right.
But it was interesting that you and I shifted to today, because one of the things that you also can do with beads. So if we have a lot of viewers that are saying, you know what, I really don't want to make earrings, I don't want to make necklaces, there are amazing things that you can do with the beads. I have, in fact, on display some of the seed beads that you see in stitching and quilting, and
Sure.
you know, you can, and especially embroidery. We have some amazing bead embroidery folks out there.
Totally. Yes.
So one of the things that we introduced in the fall was what you see on our site right now, and that is these bead mosaics. So instead of doing mosaic with glass, it's mosaics with beads, and it is just amazing.
And that's the sunflower that we're seeing there.
And we sell about 11 kits. That just got expanded to about 11 kits. So if somebody just wants to do a creative crafting thing and not have it be jewelry, this is, I haven't bought one yet, but my understanding is this is something that is very meditative.
Sure.
As most of the viewers probably know, when you're touching beads, it can be from, the source of worry beads or prayer beads, that kind of thing. There's a very tactile release, and it releases stress. So it can be very calming. And I know a lot of knitters. My grandmother was a knitter. My background into crafts was through my grandmother. She did all kinds of stuff, but she would knit more than anything else when she was nervous, or, there was something on in life. It's very calming. And so we've heard that is definitely something, as you're moving the beads around and then you put a glue on top, it creates a glaze. And again, that I just wanted to show it today because there's a lot you can do with beads. You can incorporate it into your other crafts. Like I said, I've seen some beautiful bead embroidering with wire with beads, knitting with beads, so on and so forth. So
totally.
it is the application of other crafts.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, and it's a whole nother medium. So like if you haven't tried incorporating beads into your work at all, go take a look, maybe treat yourself to something. They're usually not super expensive to get started. You can buy, a few different colors or shapes or sizes and give it a go.
Yeah. And some of your folks that are selling, in a retail environment or a small shop, my suggestion is, and as we've suggested over the years, sometimes people would come up at trade shows and say, I'm a yarn store, but I want to do some beads and I don't really know where to start. And so my suggestion always has been, find a project that relates to your customer, right? So you're incorporating it into something they already know. And for example, I remember sitting down and the woman was doing these beautiful crocheted sweaters. And so she just started with earrings to match with some beads that she incorporated into this embellishment on the top of this sweater. And so if you start with a project, then oh, I need these 5 or 6 items. I need a couple tools. Some of those you might already have. And then it's not a huge purchase, but it at least expands. And then I hate to say it, but it's like you just said with Instagram. Once you've done it once, you're like, oh, I could make those earrings. That's not that hard.
Yeah. I love that idea for shop owners. So start with a project. If you're a yarn shop, maybe with a crochet project, a knit project that incorporates beads. Just get what you need for that class or workshop or kit that you're selling. And then it kind of can go from there. And that way you're not investing too much in something that you're not super familiar with and it's a little bit risky. But you're doing something that's very concrete, easy for consumers to understand, complete the project, and then, of course, it's a gateway, and they'll want to do more. So I think that's a really good idea. Same thing with quilt shops. You can select one project that incorporates beads, maybe an art quilt, an embroidery project, etc. So I love that, and I do think for shop owners, I think diversifying in that way, so so that you're carrying things beyond just the core product, is very smart. Most of us are multi-craftual. And I think, in these days, in a post-Joanne world, people are going to come in and look for things beyond that one core product. So I think that's a really smart move, and beads is a pretty safe, easy way to diversify your assortment.
And Fire Mountain has plenty of organizational little things to carry your beads to your shows.
That's great.
We sell the full gamut. So yes,
Yeah.
displays, you know, storage units, you know. So some people come that dabble with jewelry, but they do a lot of other crafts, and some of our organizers are really some of the coolest in the industry.
Yeah, I'm all for a good craft
I
organizer.
know. Yeah, you can't
So,
see the one wall over here, but yeah, you'd be with me. I just love getting things
yeah,
in little
for sure. Especially
clear
if you can
containers.
especially if you can put everything in rainbow order.
It's very colorful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, so I know you have a program
Yeah.
that's like, I think it might be called Platinum, and it's a program for, well, you can tell us, but my understanding of it is it's for people who are sort of semi-wholesale, I guess, who are building a business that involves beads, and that is going to work with Fire Mountain Gems as a supplier. So tell us more about that. I mean, people may not know about it, and it's a way to get involved and sort of maybe get more bulk buying and a little bit better prices.
Yes, quite a bit better prices. So when you come to the website, it is wholesale program is what's on the navigation of the website. And it is called Platinum Partners. And the Platinum Partners program takes the lowest price on the website. So we have a 4-tier pricing. From the 4th tier pricing, depending on your sales volume, you can have a -5, 10, or up to -15%.
Oh,
so
wow.
It is definitely wholesale at those volumes. So you would contact the Platinum Partners. You can do that through a toll free. We have specific Platinum Partner reps that just handle our Platinum Partner accounts. So it is our B2B arm. I'm very proud of it. I helped launch it many years ago. You know, we started with about 100. We now have quite a bit more. And this is also, in addition to getting your discounts, you get these representatives to help you, especially if it's something that you're bridging over, you know, and maybe those supplies are not necessarily your staple, but you need some information. They're very knowledgeable and really the sweetest people ever in the world. We have
That's great. To get a dedicated rep like that,
all right in the building. You know, this isn't farmed out to third party. This is all just staff. And so there's a discount. You also have Platinum Partner benefits of being the first in the line. So if you are looking at getting packages and you're in a rush, you're always at the top of the line to be processed out of the building as a Platinum Partner. And then if you're carrying a line, and for example, some people may be doing more scaling of their business and coming up with kits or whatever it is they want to make, and you can't find a certain item, we also do special buys for folks. And that would be the team that would help you do that too.
That's amazing. So if you have a subscription box, I'm thinking of all types of reasons why this would be perfect for you. This is a really good option for you to buy wholesale. And is there a minimum order?
There's the commitment is $3,000 as a threshold to be in the program.
Okay.
And then it goes up from there as far as the discounts, but $3,000 is what gets you that 4th tier price plus a -15%.
Right. So you need to be a business. You need to be
a business, but you don't need to be. We have a lot of people in Platinum Partners who make and sell at local venues, or they donate to their church for fundraising, you know, that kind of stuff. So you don't have to be quote unquote a business. There's no business license requirement.
Okay.
No formality. It's a matter of purchasing behavior.
Right. Okay, that's really good to know about. And I think, you know, it's one of the major hurdles for new businesses who are entering the craft industry, which is, you know, when you first start, usually you're buying supplies retail and making things maybe as gifts or something like that. And somebody will say to you, wow, you should sell those.
Yes.
And you start to think, well, how can I afford to sell these? So you have to do some research, some digging to source products for the supplies for your products affordably. And that can actually be a pretty big hurdle. It's difficult to do. And at Craft Industry Alliance, we have sourcing lists which is really helpful. And we have them for all different sectors. But being able to know that you can get wholesale pricing on beads and all the rest of the items that you might need for jewelry making at Fire Mountain is really helpful.
Supplies.
Yes.
And the other thing that, it really is going to depend on the dynamics, but it's worth a call if, for example, somebody that's viewing says, I'm not sure that that's where I'm going to be. Do I have to wait until I know I'm able to purchase $3,000? Reach out to the representatives. If you have a plan and if you are close to what you're doing and you've placed some portion within Fire Mountain and you see it taking off, tell them you're interested in being a prospect.
Okay.
They might give you an opportunity to just come in as a prospect, and so that you can get started.
Yeah, that's really good.
Don't feel like you need to wait till 3,000, for example, to call. Just reach out, and the reps are really great representatives.
Right.
Really great.
I love that it's not like some automated system. This is really human beings that you can talk to about your business.
And when there are exceptions, it goes all the way up, and usually Mrs. Friedman is the one that makes the decision. So it's very funny. We are for being around for as long, for having almost 100,000 SKUs, we still run like a small shop in some way.
That's great.
And I love that. At the other
I love that human personal touch, which frankly is kind of rare in the States.
It's
so
that's why I'm glad you allowed me to say human, because that's exactly, I feel so, you can't call an 800 number anymore and feel like a human.
Yeah, no.
And live chat is handled by a human.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's very rare. Not by an AI agent. So anyway, I would love to talk a little bit about the Golden Scissors Awards, because this is our second year doing the Golden Scissors Awards. And for people who are like, what is the Golden Scissor Award? I don't know what those words mean. This is an awards program that we present at H&H Americas, which is the industry trade show in May. And it's a way to really acknowledge and recognize excellence in the crafts industry. And there's 5 different categories. We have an independent panel of 7 judges. Nominations are open to everyone through the month of January. There's no fee to apply or nominate yourself or someone else. And then the judges go through 2 rounds of judging. And then the awards are given out live on stage, announced live on stage on May 7th this year in Chicago. So this whole program, which I love, and honestly last year, I had tears in my eyes. So did many people. It's just a really nice thing to be able to acknowledge people who, somebody who's an emerging leader, someone who's had lifetime achievement, who's really hugely contributed to this industry. It's like the best feeling ever. And the whole program is made possible by our sponsors, because through our sponsors, we're able to give out a beautiful prize to each of the winners. And we're also able to fly those people to the show so that they can be on stage and be recognized in person, which is really meaningful. I believe all of our winners this year are going to be able to come to the show, and that's all made possible by our sponsors. Last year, we had a winner fly from Nigeria, who was our emerging leader. And again, that's how it happened. So Fire Mountain Gems is one of our sponsors this year, which really means a lot to us. I hope it means a lot to everyone, because this is such a great program, and I'm just really proud of it.
We're honored to be a part of it. Yeah,
thank you.
This was one of the quickest approvals I got.
All right, that's great. Yes, we reached out and asked. We're just really glad to have it. And honestly too, a lot of the sponsors are from kind of the sewing, quilting, fabric, or yarn worlds, knitting, crochet, weaving, yarn worlds. So it's really nice to have representation from a business that's different from those. We love those as well, but it's really good to have that diversity of brands supporting this program. So that's also really meaningful.
I think there's an element that I just want to, as much as I can see the passion when you're talking about this, I can tell it's deep in your heart. That is exactly what, thankfully, folks like you are doing for our industry. Because what's really happened, I've been doing this now I've been in the crafting community, whether it be for a magazine or with Fire Mountain, for over 30 years. And what I've seen is this dwindling participation in most of the areas, all the soft crafts, but we're really feeling it in jewelry. So what's crucial is if we know that these crafts who were usually handed down from grandmothers to mothers to children, if that has faded, we all need to connect and try to keep these things alive. And that was my main message that I wanted to share today, how much I appreciate what you're doing. I want to make sure that jewelry making, it's been around for thousands of
Yes.
years. And some of the properties in the gemstones, you read that, Cleopatra wore this gemstone because it had this, thought to be property. I mean, those are things we need to have around. We need all that in the spirit of our humanity. And I really, it is tough to watch. At one point, I was doing advertising buying up to 22 magazines in the field, and now we're down to 3.
I know, the beading magazines are disappearing.
Yeah. So I think that sense of we all need to keep this alive is something that I just wanted to share today with you. And that's what I was most excited about, being able to get on with you. And when I see you talking about honoring these people, I can tell it's something that's near and dear to you. And keeping jewelry making alive is also very near and dear to me.
That's great. It's wonderful. Well, it's been really great connecting with you, Cindi. I'm so glad we had a chance to do this. And I hope that everybody watching will, if you're in Chicago for H&H, will come to the awards program. You have to wake up early. It's at 8:30 in the morning on Wednesday, May 7th, live on stage. Last year, I think there were 800 people. It's a big room. So come sit up close to the front, and we hope to see you. And if you can't make the show, we will send out a press release at that same time, right around that same time, announcing all the winners so we can all celebrate them. But this has been wonderful. We're really glad to have Fire Mountain as a member. We're glad to have you all as a sponsor, and it was really great learning more about you.
I'm retiring at the end of the month, and I want you to know this was a very nice thing to finally get a chance to meet you.
Oh,
thank you.
Well, we'll miss you, Cindi. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
All right. Bye, everybody.